Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the DnA podcast. I'm your host, Darius Dominguez.
I'm the co-host, Andrew Matos.
And on this episode,
we have a special guest with us right now.
Yes, Ryan Guido.
What's up, man?
On camera, just like us, I guess. But he was on, I guess, a few weeks ago. So, Ryan, thank you for joining the show again.
Thanks for having me, guys. And we are very formal about this.
Yeah, seriously. I would like to start.
It's not like we're cousins.
Seriously, right? Not like related. Like, I
don't know you guys.
Start with the wardrobes tonight. I guess I didn't get the memo. Ryan with the Back to the Future shirt, right? I think. Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Andrew with the. Okay, we got to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Optimus Prime Autobots hockey jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else has that.
No. Just the people that bought it at Fan Expo, because what happened was that I added the numbers and the C, and this says Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah, you added that, so it's like
and the year when it first came out, the Transformers. So
it's unique. It's different.
I was pissed because I should have gone. They had a Megatron one, like the Decepticon one.
Yes.
And I was like, shit, I should have got that one from the very beginning when it was there. But I was
they
like,
got rid of it the next year.
Yeah, I was like so pissed, but it's okay.
So Ryan, what's on your head there?
You already know what's on my head, man. A very official Miyagi-Do headband, you
Is it
gotta
like
get the
actually
headband.
official? Where'd you get it from?
No, they don't have.
It's Ryan's son.
It's actually but it's funny actually. I was going through my eBay watch list, and 4 years earlier I put this in my watch list.
The same one.
And I went to the end of my so I went to the end of my watch list, and I just see it there, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy it, because it was funny because when I first put it, they had like sold one, and then obviously, of course, because Cobra Kai got popular, they had sold like 50. Right.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, let me just buy one quick before they sell out. So I just ended up buying it. I'm like, I've had it here for so long, might as well just buy it now.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had it in there since like the show first started, maybe then?
No, I don't know when I first put it on, but it was before the show came out, and then I started watching the show when it was on YouTube.
Right.
And then of course when Netflix took it over, it got.
That's
huge,
right. Yeah. Right? The first two seasons were on the
YouTube at first. Yeah. Now it's just something different, like way bigger, and season 4 is going to be huge.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted to start today with some MCU, I guess, and WandaVision, because I wanted Ryan's takes on some things. But I want to start with Andrew first, and we'll go like roundtable.
Okay.
It's been a week. We talked about it last week. What are your thoughts still, like in one word or one sentence? I would say. What are your thoughts? Have they changed? Like about WandaVision?
I don't know. Like the show, the series, like everything was good. I enjoyed it, but it's gonna continue because they were saying too that there was the lady saying that Doctor Strange was gonna appear. Yeah, but it didn't because of what's going on right now.
Because of COVID.
And because of COVID. And then I liked it. It was good. I'm just waiting for the new show coming on next week. That's right. Called Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I'm excited for that.
That should be good too.
And then it was fantastic. I liked it. The character development and everything. So
that's what it was for, right? It was
exactly.
It was to bridge the gap, I guess. But
but
Ryan, what would you like? We haven't talked about it at all since it came out. What did you think of it? And did it meet your what were you expecting? Did it meet your expectations? And what do you think of it overall?
I didn't have high expectations for it going in. I mean, I was gonna watch no matter what, because that dude, the MCU, was on Disney Plus, right? It was just like, of course, if you're a fan, you were gonna watch no matter what. So
exactly.
I had no expectations, but I'm a fan of both Scarlet Witch. I'm a fan of Vision, and I didn't watch many of the trailers just because I wanted to go in as
like open-minded, like clear-minded. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And I know a lot of people that immediately trashed it the moment it came out, and I know
the first 2 episodes. I saw some comments on YouTube, like the show sucks. It's all about sitcom. I'm like, no, you have to give it a chance to watch it through.
Yeah,
You know?
They tanked it from the beginning, yeah. And
Yeah.
I was on the opposite side because I just felt that like obviously them doing the sitcom idea wasn't gonna stick, but I also enjoyed the way it was doing it. Like
Me
the fact
too.
that it was a homage to classics like I Love Lucy and a bunch of the 50s and 60s and early 70s sitcoms.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So they did a great job with that, and then just that part of the show was great as the story kept evolving in every episode. But then, of course, then they get to the point where they're starting to pull back the layers of it. We're seeing Sword, we're seeing Monica, we're seeing all these extra things, some characters we've seen in the past that we really enjoy. So overall, I believe that it was an important season because it's a one-off season.
Oh yeah,
I believe they did a great job with making the show what it was. It sucks that the pandemic made it so they couldn't actually do the last episode. They actually wanted to do 10 episodes instead of 9, but they weren't able to finish. They barely made the 9th episode on time because they finished making it just as the first episode premiered. So which is really interesting to hear about.
Actually, like in terms of video production and stuff, like that's like stupid. Like the fact that they got that done.
Oh yeah, like anything that had to do with post-production during COVID has been insane. If you hear about from as early as Tenet to the problems that they dealt with WandaVision and like many things, they've had a lot of issues with that and so far. So I think they did a great job with rolling it out. And it sucks. The biggest problem that the show dealt with is the fact that Doctor Strange got delayed. This show was made so it was going to be a lead-in to Doctor Strange, but the fact that Doctor Strange hasn't been able to film and been basically, I think they've been shut down majority of the time up until recently. They started production up again, so we're going to get that later. Now we're actually getting Spider-Man before it, so it's
which
like
wasn't supposed to happen at all.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week with me and Andrew. It was actually scheduled, if you look at the original schedule, that WandaVision episode 10 was going to come out whatever day it was on the Friday, and that same Friday Doctor Strange would have opened in theaters. Like the same
literally.
Day.
Like
so
this,
it would have led right in, and it got all screwed up. And I even heard that they messed up some visual, not messed up, but they didn't have enough time to make the visual effects in episode 9 what they wanted, and like so that was pulled back a little bit, and then they lost an episode. So I think it was okay for what it was. It was good.
No, yeah, I agree.
I think the main.
I agree.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew.
No, I was gonna say my personal opinion. I think what's gonna happen is that when the Doctor Strange movie comes out, like in the beginning, I think they're gonna add that 10th episode in the beginning of the movie when he gets Scarlet Witch, then continue on from Doctor Strange. I think that's what they're gonna.
They may have rewritten a lot. Yeah.
So I think that's what I would have done if I was.
I think they have to. I think it's going to be changed from their original vision.
Yeah, I think so too. They should do that, right?
Yeah. So. I think the main problem right now with Marvel as a whole, I guess, is people watching it expect way too much, and like the whole season. Like we were throwing out theories and stuff too, but I think people were legitimately upset that like the Fantastic Four and X-Men didn't show up.
No, like any of the mutants whatsoever.
Yeah. And like the whole time, like Marvel did not say anything the whole time that was what was going to happen, right? And instead they trashed the show and completely miss what they actually did with the show, which was further a few characters' stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a big issue. It's I've always been someone that's very against watching theory videos. I have a friend that like spams our like MCU superhero group chat all the time with theory videos, and I ignore them and I tell them just stop sending them, because theory videos, all they do is they take one little detail and they make these grandiose ideas with it. And it's nice to theorize and all, right? But then people that watch it think that, oh well, if that happened, then it's gonna be reality. And the next when it's not happening, as you said, then they're like, oh, why didn't this happen? Why wasn't Doctor Strange in it? Why wasn't Reed Richards in it? Right? And it's like such little things where it's like, just enjoy what you got. You got an excellent show. It's just an additional I guess, in addition to the MCU.
Right.
Yeah.
And it does a great job. I think during a pandemic, like them releasing these shows, especially next with Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out,
Yeah.
like them doing these two shows is better than getting a movie, because at least it lasts a lot longer.
Exactly.
It lasts like 9 weeks. 9 weeks of enjoying it, instead of just one time at the theater, right? So I think it's important, or one time, out on like Disney Plus, for example.
No, yeah,
I think it's
totally
really important.
Yeah,
I totally
and
agree.
like I'll go. That brings up a great point, because I was gonna go there anyway. I'll go around to both of you. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down for weekly releases? Because that's a big topic. Like, would you rather a show like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, all 10 episodes or whatever, come out at once, or would you rather the weekly thing?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain something. So since you told me to watch Stranger Things all this time, I watched the whole week. But the thing is, like, for the show to show like all at once, then you watch it like in a couple days, whatever, the whole thing. That's it. See, like, I don't really like that too much, because I like what Disney did with like the WandaVision, like release each episode, because it gets you excited for the next episode to come along in the future. You know what I mean?
And you have a week to talk about it, and everyone's talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. It gets the hype. But like what Cobra Kai did with the season 3 when it came out, everyone talking about the season and everything.
Because then you have people who watch it the first day, and they're talking about the season finale already, and you're on episode 2, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
But this way with Mandalorian did it as well. Everyone's talking about the same thing every week, right?
Yeah,
so I like it, and it's traditional TV as well. But
it literally it is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
But Ryan, I would assume you have close to the same.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was my biggest thing. Like, everyone has gotten too used to the Netflix their hand gets held. It's like, they drop Cobra Kai in one shot. They drop Stranger Things in one shot, right? And people have gotten so accustomed to that they forgot that before the days of the internet, for example, when like a show like Twin Peaks would drop, or like like MASH would drop, or any famous show.
Sorry to cut you off. I was going to explain to you after what you explained, but go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah. Like, people it would come out one time. And not only would it come out one time, if you missed it, you have to hope that someone recorded it and handed you the VHS of it, or else you weren't ever going to watch it.
Exactly.
Right? And if you're lucky, you'd have to try catching a re-air before the week came up. And it's like, that's how people got to watch shows.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, now we're accustomed to being like carried through. It's like, okay,
carried through.
Here's every episode, right? I think the show, first off, ends up being a lot better as it releases one episode at a time.
I totally agree.
You get to sink in the entire story. Like, I love binging. I can watch, and I do watch. I've seen every season of Stranger Things. I always watch it the first day it comes out. I watch the entire season in a day. I've done it for every season that's come out for the show since it first started, and that's great. And I do it, and it works for me, right? But then the thing is, then you have to wait so much extra time for the show to come back.
And then you have to wait like probably the next year or the next year and a half.
Wait a year.
You know what I mean? And literally,
Not even that. It was like, going back to what I was saying. Like, at that point, if you release everything at once, you have everyone just talking about random stuff all the time.
Yeah, and then after
focused.
Yeah, and then after, you're like, what the hell do I watch now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then it's done. And then your hype is done. It dies.
Yeah, like instant.
Yeah, like Stranger Things comes out, and then I would say a week and a half people are talking about it, but they're talking about random stuff all the time. You have WandaVision that's relevant for 9 weeks, right? Everyone's talking about it for 9 weeks over and over and over again. Where's the story going? What's going to happen? And now it's going to die out a little bit, but Disney is so smart that now they have a week in between with nothing, and they start a new show.
That's why I like, because I was gonna say, I like that what Disney did, like you said earlier about the old style like TV shows. Like, I'll give you an example. I was a kid. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and all that shit. I used to watch all that stuff.
Yeah.
When there was a particular episode I was watching of, I think it was like Beast Wars back in the day. I wanted to find out like what the hell happened, like, and then at a specific time on Saturday. It showed it showed throughout the week, but it was showing like reruns on Thursdays or Fridays. I still remember it to this day. And then you watch episode and you're like, And you wake up like, you're like, damn it, I missed it. Why? You're like pissed, right?
Makes you want to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after like later on throughout the day, it shows on the air again on like YTV, right? And then that's what I like about Disney Plus, what they're doing right now, because like you were saying, each episode gets you hyped of the next one and the next one and the next one.
You can't wait to watch next week.
Exactly.
Like to put it in perspective, like Stranger Things is a great example that you both used. The last season 3 that just came out,
yeah.
I watched it in like maybe 2 days. It might have been less, like the whole thing.
Damn.
And because it's just there, right?
Yeah, that's
but
true.
For example, with WandaVision, I would literally wake up on Fridays because it would come out 3 a.m. Eastern. I would wake up at like 4:30 or 5 just to watch it and go back to bed for like an hour.
Yeah, because now the job we're doing, I work late, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just stay up and watch it. You know?
Like I'm genuinely excited for it. But yeah, it's smart what they're doing too, because they have a new show coming out now right after it, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then immediately after that, Loki's coming out. Everyone forgets about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's coming out in May, isn't it?
I think June. I'm not sure. Actually.
Oh yeah, maybe it is June. Yeah. No, probably it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is because Black Widow's still coming out in May. In May.
Yeah. Like thank God, finally.
Which they're expecting to come out in theaters, but like, come on.
Oh no, they are coming out. Oh, it's coming out in theaters. It's coming out in theaters.
No, it is, but it's like
it'll make good money.
I think
it'll make good.
Oh yeah.
It'll still make like $100, because you have to understand, we're, especially in Canada, we're behind, but the US will be out of COVID by then. Like at the rate that they're going at.
Yeah.
They're already opening up all movie theaters in New York City. Actually, they already started. My friends that live in LA just told me that they got an email saying that all theaters opened up for them as of Friday, as of yesterday. So they're expecting life to be somewhat normal for them very soon, right? Yeah. And a couple movies that did come out in theaters and weren't even allowed to have like big what's called big releases, still made some good money. So I can still see it doing well. I mean, obviously it's not gonna shatter records.
It's not gonna do what it could have done, but yeah.
I mean, it might in China, because I don't know if you guys saw the Avatar news.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring that up shortly as well. We can talk about it right now, though. It's definitely like there's huge money to still be made. That's why they're thinking in their head, this would have been $1 billion movie if it wasn't for COVID. So they're like, we're not gonna give it away on HBO Max, which by the way, HBO Warner Brothers is destroying their company by releasing those movies on HBO Max. I want to talk about this because it's
we'll get to it. We'll wait for you to get to it. We're not going to jump. We're not jump the gun.
I have it written down because like I've been paying attention to it all week, and I'm like, it's just it's awful actually. I mean, Black Widow's still gonna make decent money, and like
it is.
Tenet did okay too, right? Like that came out in theaters like in the middle of the pandemic, so as things slowly start to go back to normal, well, like people are like, oh, Spider-Man in theaters in December, like we'll be fine. we'll be there to watch it, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, we hope. But okay, I want to jump into the Avatar thing quickly too, and then we'll go to HBO Max, and then we'll talk about some theater moments, some fun stuff. So yeah, Avatar got a surprise re-release. Ooh, look, guys, in China on Friday, and if it grossed at least 7.4 million, which
they'll beat Avengers.
Which it did, yeah,
it
would beat Avengers Endgame. So a lot of people are like, oh, why would they do that, whatever, and don't realize they're actually made by the same company. But what do you guys think? Like, Andrew, we'll go. Andrew.
Yeah, I knew Avatar was gonna beat Endgame again because that movie's. I know a lot of people don't like it, but some people really like it. Like, for heaven's sake, my dad has like 2 versions of it, and I have the other one like suddenly cut on Blu-ray. It's such a fun.
It was a revolutionary movie.
It was a revolutionary. That was the first 3D movie I watched in theaters when it first came out, and
real 3D.
Like real 3D
groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah, and I loved it. Like.
No, it's
like
great.
I hate 3D movies whatsoever because some movies doesn't like like the visuals too much. Like hurts your eyes. Yeah, exactly. But this one, like everything how they did it was just fantastic, man. Like it was really good.
Ryan,
Avatar sucks. The movie.
No,
Okay, first off,
no.
Avatar. The movie is a direct ripoff of Dances with Wolves. Okay, it's
Yeah,
literally
it is.
a direct.
I
it's
agree.
The Last Samurai, Dancing with Wolves, The Last Samurai. It's been done a billion times. Okay?
I know.
You can go back hundreds of years and you see the exact story done a billion times. But you know what they did this time? CGI like this, like a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
And you know what the difference
But
is?
better than Michael Bay.
The rest. Yeah, you know what's the difference between the regular world and in China? They love CGI. If you ever look at the box office numbers, pull up Box Office Mojo right now, and you look at any of the last 3 Transformers movies, okay? Look at the domestic box office and look at the overseas box office. It's like 80-20 in terms of overseas.
Transformers represent.
That's not normal. But Transformers, they love CGI, so they watch it, right?
Oh yeah.
Avatar, the last Avatar movie, well, not last Avatar, the only Avatar movie when it first came out. The reason why it made so much money was it because it was so beloved.
It was the CG. It was the CG.
Not just and the CG gave it such incredible legs that it stayed in theaters for nearly a year. I think the movie, the longest movie run in China other than Avatar all time. You guys aren't going to guess this, but it's Frozen. Frozen was in theaters for almost 2 years, and it came back. After a year and a half, they switched it to the sing-along version. That's how popular it was there. That movie was in theaters there forever, right? And they just love it. They love it, and all the rest of the Avatar movies are going to do fantastic. For that
absolutely. Yeah. But that's the thing, too, because when James Cameron was filming and directing Titanic, he already had the story planned already for Avatar. And he
didn't have the technology to make it.
Yeah, he even said this in the special features on the Blu-ray. He's like, I have a movie coming up, but we don't have the technology to do it because it wasn't involved, right?
And good for him for waiting because it paid off, right?
It paid off, yeah.
What I will say is it was a revolutionary movie in terms of technology, Avatar. But a lot of people are saying that deserves the #1 spot over Endgame, which I really don't care because if they re-released Endgame, it would smash Avatar again.
Oh yeah, it would absolutely.
But
yeah.
the hype
when they re-release it,
it's gonna happen. 100%.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Same with the Star Wars movies, but when a lot of people are saying a lot of people are saying that Avatar deserves it over Endgame. But the hype for Endgame is like nothing I've ever seen before in my life.
Oh yeah, of course. Like it was like Infinity War when it came out. I even said the time we're gonna talk about the theater moment. So like we were watching the movies together, and I even said at the beginning when it first started, I'm like, shit's about to go down. Yeah. I even said it out loud. I was like, shit's about to go down.
And that was the start of I was like, these movies are gonna make stupid money. Like it was like everyone was involved. Like everybody and their grandmother was going to watch the Avengers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
To Ryan's point, I just went on to Box Office Mojo, and all of the Transformers movies in China, like make over double what they do here.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
They love them. If those movies did not come out there, then they would not make money. Like they would absolutely be box office failures because they don't make back their budget.
They didn't in America, I would say. They didn't like make back.
They
budget.
don't.
Like they do with the overseas grossing, but otherwise they don't make back their budget. That's crazy. Like I have not seen stats like that. That's so funny. You should see.
Yeah, everything there in like China, everything like they love the CG, man.
They do, and Transformers. Like Transformers is just a really good example. It's just
they
love Transformers.
Like over there over there they love CG and they love anime. Those are the two things. They love it. They love it.
But not only that, I'm saying Transformers. Like
there's in general. Like, I'm just saying
another movie like would do as well as Transformers, for example. But yeah, I want to talk about Spider-Man very shortly. So I want Ryan's thoughts.
Very short. Yes. Very short.
Around the table, quick. Andrew, in the new Spider-Man movie, are Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield going to be in it?
Yeah, of course.
Ryan.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
DoorDash does not lie. The
what?
DoorDash guy does not lie. The DoorDash guy does not lie.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield, who lives in London, was conveniently ordering DoorDash to the same hotel that Tom Holland's staying in.
Yeah, I know.
And they're filming. They're filming in Atlanta. It's like, why else is he there?
Why else is he in Atlanta?
What are you gonna say?
Hotel it is like
During a pandemic? What are you seeing in Atlanta? Are you sightseeing? What exactly are you gonna go see?
Exactly.
So,
Right.
Exactly.
Vacation to Atlanta?
yeah, and the
Like,
fact
come
that
on.
Tom Holland addressed it to me makes it even more obvious that they're
Oh
in it.
no.
Like,
Oh,
he
yeah,
should
they're
not
definitely-
talk.
Oh.
He should just be like, no comment. Like, why would he even say, "Oh yeah, they're not in it"? Man, they're in it somehow. Like, I don't.
Oh,
know.
they are. They're definitely gonna be in the trailer when the first trailer comes out. For sure.
No, they won't
I
show
don't
them.
think
They won't.
no.
I don't
I
think
think.
they'll show them. In the
I
trailer.
think they will, man. I think they will.
If they're in this movie, they won't be in the trailer. I promise you. They'll show up in the movie. We'll see them in the movie.
I don't know.
The trailer's gonna be a bunch. Go back and watch Far From Home's trailer. It literally has nothing to do with the entire movie. If you watch it, the first trailer, the way they edited it has nothing to do with the movie.
But like some trailers now these days for like when they're coming out movie wise, they just show like 60% of the movie on the thing already. You know what I mean?
I know,
So.
but and for sure, I think they'll be in Doctor Strange as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Tom Holland as well.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
there's no way that Raimi lets Tobey Maguire come back to Spider-Man as a character and not have him in his movie. Like, come on.
It's gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah.
probably like,
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's gonna be like whether it be a post-credit scene or anything, he's gonna be in there somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree. And I feel great for Andrew Garfield because he deserves this too. Because Sony completely ruined his series, and now he gets a second chance to be in probably actually good movies. So that's really good for him.
He's a phenomenal actor, that guy, man.
No, he is.
Oh, yeah.
And he was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
He was
Yeah,
great Spider-Man. It was just the writing sucked.
Yeah,
Terrible.
like even the movie was in the what was it? Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
Such. Oh my god, he killed it.
Hacksaw Ridge. He did
so many.
Silence.
Yeah.
Martin
Yeah,
Scorsese
that's right.
did-
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then he
Social Network
did,
is
and then Social Network is probably like his
It's
first
prime.
coming out party.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he deserves this. So I don't know, Spider-Man, and with a title like No Way Home, like come on, who are you
Yeah.
fooling, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Come
I
on,
don't know.
Yeah.
we're gonna get some serious shit. I hope, at least. So Ryan, to switch topics a little bit, did you happen to watch Tom and Jerry on HBO Max this week?
I didn't watch it on HBO Max.
Do you
but I
know the
did
story
watch it.
behind Tom and Jerry?
Oh, of course I did. Of course I do.
So this
Of
week,
course I know the story.
viewers who went to watch Tom and Jerry, a new release on HBO Max, were greeted with Zack Snyder's Justice League
Mm-hmm.
and screenshots leaked and stuff, which is terrible. That that shouldn't be
Yeah.
released like that. That's kind of like suspect, actually.
Yeah, they watched like what was it, like an hour of it, and then just
Yeah,
like
and then they-
removed
An hour.
it, and they removed it.
Yeah, almost
completely.
2 hours. It was like an hour. See, they had 2 hours. It was up for 2 hours, but you only got to see an hour and like 43 minutes, whatever the Tom and Jerry runtime was of the movie. So you'd be randomly there watching an hour. Let's say if you actually did stay around, you would watch an hour and 43 minutes.
Mhm. And
The
that's
next
it.
thing you know, it's just ending.
It ends. Yeah.
Yeah, it just ends,
It's
yeah.
in that time
Yeah.
slot. I don't even know how you messed that up that bad because the original file is 4 hours. So I don't even know.
Yeah, you would know. You would know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would 100%. So and that's what makes it even more suspect to me because you have a runtime of 143, and then you just sit down and it's Justice League.
Yeah. And you watch it, you're like, oh my god, so intense. And after they just shut, you're like, no.
I know, right?
Right? Like, but literally, like you're getting the sneak peek without anybody noticing, and then it just ends. 'Cause
That's one long
Tom
sneak
and Jerry.
peek. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. But okay, I want to talk about Justice League, and then I want to talk about how HBO Max is Warner Brothers is destroying themselves. So, Andrew,
Hmm.
are you excited for this movie next week?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it, hands down.
Yes. I might even watch it in one sitting. Who knows?
I, like literally, if I could do it with Lord of the Rings the extended cut or the Hobbit extended cut, I could do it with this.
That's fair.
Yeah. No problem.
And Ryan?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be watching it Thursday night, the moment it comes
Oh,
out.
the moment it comes
No
out.
doubt. No doubt in my mind, I'll be watching it that day.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Now there's rumors of him even being able to continue the series, which is huge. Like
if it's a success.
Yeah, if it works out, which I think it would be. Like it's going to, like, there's way too much hype around it that, and because of the first one's bombing, I don't think this is gonna be a flop. Like, it's gonna be good, I think.
Was he supposed to do if it goes well? Was he supposed to direct the other Wonder Woman movie, right? And what was the other one?
No, not Wonder Woman.
Not Wonder Woman.
Oh, it was okay. So it was
it was gonna be either a second Man of Steel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
They've dug themselves such a huge hole with that. Like, they're gonna recast and then.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we might give him his movies now because it might be a success. Like, this should have happened a long time ago. But but at least he's getting it, and it's like it's a win for creative freedom too, because like this rarely happens where the director gets his cut after everything that had happened, and he gets to change so much. Like. In under a year, right? Like, this is a completely different movie, so it's gonna be really good, I think.
Yeah.
Still not crazy about Batman shooting people, but hey.
Yeah, it is. I know. Oh my god. No.
Yeah. That was always a big thing for me. Creative freedom. Just you ever look in the history of movies, and anytime a director doesn't like the creative freedom situation or has their freedom taken away, it always results in stuff that's happening in the movie just not being as great as it could be, right?
Yeah.
And the great thing about this is, especially at Warner Brothers, is now that Snyder's getting his cut, the next thing that they already started working on is the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Right? And all the people that hated Joker are finally going to get to see, like, two extra hours of Joker footage that
wasn't able to make. It's the Joker, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you can hate it or love it, but it wasn't great, and but I feel like it was because in a lot of aspects they were all held back, right? Like it could have just been better. So maybe with this happening now, it'll be better. But that's a good point. Like the Suicide Squad, like that's gonna be sick too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So Andrew, I don't know if you know about this, but I mean, you probably do know about this, but Warner Brothers is releasing like a bunch of their movies and like Justice League and stuff on HBO Max, which is like the equivalent of like Disney being like, here's Spider-Man on Disney Plus, right? And it's killing them. Like,
it
they're
is
making no money.
It really is, yeah.
Like,
really,
Ryan, I know you have some thoughts on this.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Like, they need to go to a different route. Okay, like I was said before before the podcast, I was saying. Release it on the Cineplex app on your televisions or on your Android, whatever you have. Anything with, just put on there, put on rent or buy if you want, and that's it. Because you make a killing. But some of the movies there are ridiculous in price. Like to rent Wonder Woman, the new one, which not a great movie by the way. It's $30 just to rent. $30. That's a little that's a little steep, you know what I mean? If they drop the price to like a regular movie ticket $15, here in Canada anyway. But like if they do that and move forward, they might actually, make some money, right? So
you'd think, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just the way they're doing it is it's a paid subscription, I think, right, Ryan? It's just
it's paid subscription.
So every month is like you pay this much, but then you get the movies, and they're just putting the movies out there for the same price everyone pays anyway. So they're not making any money. So,
but for the Justice League movie coming out next week, here in Canada we have the Crave. Is it going to be on there too?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be on Crave. Yeah, they officially announced it'll be on Crave.
Oh, okay.
But that's the thing, because they're doing that with a bunch of their movies, and everyone who already pays for Crave, like you're just paying the same amount. You're not paying like you're going to see a new movie or something, right?
Yeah.
So they're losing money. They're killing their product. They're killing their own product.
They are,
yeah.
So the way
they didn't do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Darius, just sorry to cut you off, but see what Andrew said, and what they did for Wonder Woman is they made it by rent. But for Justice League, Godzilla versus Kong,
and
and Mortal Kombat. You can get all three just with your subscription.
With that you already have anyway. For most people,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So it's like they're losing. This is an opportunity, obviously, for them to make X money that now they're not going to get, right?
It's true.
And not a lot of people are happy for it, especially the creators. Like, I don't know if you guys know all the drama that Christopher Nolan came out with, and he's basically saying he's going to leave Warner Brothers now, which would be a big, like that would be a big thing for him, just for them, because he brings in, like,
he's a fantastic director, hands down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
the brand.
Yeah, he's the brand. He brings the product in your face, like boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
that's what he does.
Going to watch. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm gonna go watch a Liam Neeson movie. I'm gonna go watch a Tom Cruise movie
directed by Christopher Nolan. Boom, success. You know what I mean?
It's the household name factor, right? Like, I guess if I can call it that, but he is the attraction. Like, there could be a movie that doesn't necessarily have
matter.
Yeah, a star cast.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he makes. You're going to watch it for him.
Oh yeah, dude! Like, his Batman series is fantastic in general.
Some of the best superhero movies ever.
Like The Dark Knight is still one of the greatest superheroes. Like, it's my second. Spider-Man 2 is my first one. But like
most people,
most people. But like in the top, like that's like my top 5 superhero movies.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Like, hands down, he's a phenomenal director. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Interstellar. Okay. Beginning, I was like, "What is happening?" Then continue on, and it goes forward. It takes time to explain, but what he explains in the end is boom, big, big conclusion, whatever, big,
Exactly. Like, it has a big payoff.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So let's switch topics a little bit and talk about some of me and Andrew talked about it a little bit last week. We had some stories. But let's talk about some of our favorite movie theater moments. Let's start with Ryan, our guest this week, since me and Andrew already talked a little bit about that. But Ryan, what are some of your favorite movie theater moments? It doesn't have to be in order, but some of your favorite moments.
I'm going to start off with a funny story. So this is actually, I was telling Darius a little bit about this story. But in 2012, 21 Jump Street came out, and I went to go watch it. Okay? So at the time, I'm going to watch this movie, and it's 14A rated movie. And I went to a couple of my friends. A couple of my friends had not turned 14 yet. Okay? So now it's a 14A movie. Most of the time, people aren't going to care. But this one lady that worked the concession, for whatever reason, she was giving us a big deal. She was like trying not to let them in. Okay. They're like, oh, my friends are just going in the background. They're not saying anything else. So I'm literally like arguing with this girl. And I literally pull like full on Karen mode, which would be in 2020 Karen or 2021 Karen. I'm like, let me speak to your manager. Okay. So the manager comes out, and I'm just giving this guy shit. And I'm just like, if they let us buy the tickets, then why can't we just come in and watch the movie now? Like, they let us buy it not there. Why are you going to stop us here? So here's a little bit of backstory on the side. We had gone to Dollarama beforehand and raided that place. Okay, so we got all of these, like, it's contraband, but it's not drugs. It's snacks, and it's. I got them stuffed in pockets. I got them stuffed in pants. We used to do the old trick. Like, imagine I got this bottle, but it was like the big Coke bottles, the big pop bottles, and we used to put them in our pants. No one's gonna ask about that. No. They see that, you know what they're gonna think? Yeah, you already know what they're gonna think. They ain't gonna ask what's in your pants. So while I'm talking to this manager, my bottle starts rolling down my leg. Okay? So it's rolling down my leg. As I'm talking, I'm just thinking ahead as I feel it go down my leg. I'm like, if he sees this, he's for sure gonna kick us out. Like, rip the tickets or do whatever. So I'm just literally like, I started moving my hands with all this stuff so he doesn't look down as this thing's rolling. It's like about to fall out of my jean pant onto my foot. And I like kind of lift up my leg a little bit and I stop it like just before. So after me giving this guy like crap for like 5 minutes and this bottle just falling down my leg, he's like, yeah, let them in. And for the next few years of me seeing him at that theater, I think the last time I saw him there was 2018. I don't know where he works now. But every time I would walk in, if I was with friends or anyone, I would always see him looking at me like, you remember me. And he would
That's
always be like, it was. I remember it was this tall. He was a tall brown guy with glasses, and he would be like looking at me like this every time, and I always recognize him. And I would always recognize him, and that's what he just.
No, he knew. You gave him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, that's funny. He knew. He remembered your face.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna remember.
Oh
this.
yeah.
I'm gonna give him shit every time he walks in my theater after this.
Oh yeah. So it was always funny. Yeah.
I remember.
That's always a moment I remember.
I remember one time, like kind of similar to that. I forget what movie I was watching. It might have been the first Deadpool that I went to go watch, and it was rated R. But I had not turned the appropriate age to purchase the ticket for this movie yet. So I purchased the tickets, and I was there with a friend, and we were the same age, and I'm like, here you go, whatever. And they're like, oh, are you like, I think 18 or something? And I was like, yes. And they're like, no, you don't look 18. And I was like, yes, I am 18 years old. So they're like, we can't let you in, like we can refund you, whatever. I was like please, like I just want to watch a movie, like please. And they're like, no, that's the rules. And then I didn't watch Deadpool.
No.
I know.
They didn't let you in?
No, they didn't let me in.
Unbelievable.
I was like, I'm like, yeah.
Sneak in.
And for
And
people
just
who
sneak in at
know
that
me-
point.
Well, yes, but for people who know me, I'm like at that point, like I'm like whatever age 16 or whenever the movie came out, I'm like 6'4" already. Like, what do you mean I'm not 18?
You're,
That's stupid. It's like, I mean,
that's funny.
yeah.
Like I love how you have that story in your bro. I remember I was in San Francisco in October of 2019, so I wasn't 21 yet. But I went with a friend to a bar in San Francisco, and I didn't get carded, bought drinks, nothing. Didn't get like not a single time did they ask to see my ID or anything, right? And I find that so funny because like you're going to a movie. It's just a movie.
It's a
you know what I
movie.
mean? And
Like,
you're walking in, grown ass man. Like they wouldn't know that this is. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. You can't go in. Like, you know what?
Sir, NBA draft is that way.
Understandable. I won't watch this rated R movie about shooting people. I'm gonna go home now with my refunded money and buy Grand Theft Auto 5. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I know. Oh my
So
god.
stupid. Like,
It
are you
is.
serious?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
and on top of it, it's like the rules are so stupid because I think you have to be 18 or whatever it is in Canada to watch a rated R. And,
Yeah,
and they
it
can
is.
ID you. And I was like, I would think I was like literally 17. I'm like, what's the difference, right? Like, it's
Yeah, I know.
stupid.
It is stupid, man.
Andrew, do you have any?
Oh yeah. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of like movie
Cocaine?
hopping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cocaine. Yeah, exactly. A blow. Johnny Depp represent.
No.
Yeah, just I used to do a lot of that. I used to watch. I remember I watched what was it, Tarzan, in theaters at the time when it came to theaters.
The animated one?
Yeah. And then after I was like, hey, you know what? Let's go watch like Star Wars and because I was when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, and we watched that one, and then we did this in one day. We went early. I remember. Okay. So we watched Tarzan first. I think it was like noon. And then we watched Star Wars after. We just like jumped into theaters, right? Just nonstop.
Yeah, you just
and then after we're like, oh, this one's just about to start the movie. Let's go. Then we get caught. I'm like, please. And we went in and then we watched Star Wars. And then later that night we watched Resident Evil, the first one. It was in theaters too. And we watched all like the movies all one night. It was awesome.
It was like a movie marathon day.
It was sick, man. We just like did this boom, and that's it, right? Yeah.
Going to the drive-in, but not getting.
Oh, the drive-in,
The 3 movies, right? Like,
yeah, drive-in. I went to one drive-in. It's an awesome experience, man.
Drive-ins,
really,
if anyone's never been to a drive-in, like.
Yeah, I remember I went with my brother, and shout out to Bucky. So we watched Deadpool 2. It was the first one. And then it was Super Troopers, the second one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And after that, it was like because it continues like they show all 4 movies like throughout the night until like when the morning like the sunrise.
Yeah.
We watched it too. And like let's just.
It's a pretty stupid like time that they go till. Actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. Do you guys have any other moments? I have another fun topic in terms of movies.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Ryan, any stories? Anything?
I was just gonna say, I was gonna tell the quick couple of in theater moments.
Yeah, go ahead.
Seeing okay, okay, I don't remember this story right. Okay, yeah, so going to see the sixth Rocky movie, Rocky Balboa, in 2006, and the movie is about to start, and then the projector died. So the manager comes out
I hate
and
that so much.
gives us all a free movie pass, right? But then he says, "Oh, by the way, we're adding another movie, another time in if you want to watch it. It's gonna be at the theater across, like an auditorium across the theater." And everyone like realizes, oh shit! So they all get up and like full bum rush out, right? And it's literally like end up being 20 minutes after and just starting the movie. And I always remember that experience. It was just a crazy.
So
like,
everyone
30
left
minutes.
for a different theater, but then it ended up showing in this.
No,
theater?
it was
Oh,
no, it was the same theater. So it's like,
yeah,
you know
like
how like they have
like
the
a different room.
No, like a
auditorium?
different,
Yeah.
different time, different
Yeah,
screen.
so it's like so we were on this side and across was this side. So it's imagine like I think it was sold out. I remember. So it was like 100 people walking, like not walking, running across to get good seats. Through the concession, everyone's just looking at it like, what the hell's going on?
Holy.
And it's just running through just to get in there quick and grab seats.
Wow.
And it was like, and they started the movie right away. No, they didn't show any trailers because of course they got through that already. So it's like they just
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I have another one too. When The Matrix Reloaded came out, their second one, Jesus Christ! Like, okay, we went like 2 hours early, 2 hours early, and we were like the fourth in line. And then what happened was that I went to go watch it with my cousin Victor. Shout out to him. And I went to go watch it with my dad. My dad went to come watch it with us. I'm like, oh, this movie's not going to be too bad. It might be popular. And then after, I just see people like crazy lineup. So the theater I went to, they separate. You know those barricades they have like in the airports? It's like a maze you go through and shit.
The ropes.
Yeah, the ropes. Yeah, exactly. So they had one. They had two of them. So for us, it was like coming down, and then it was make a U-ing, and then it goes up and it comes back down again. And then after it had this second screening, because you know people could walk in and watch another movie, right? That one was full because they just had like a big U-ing like that. That's it, just a U-ing like that.
Yeah.
It was full all the way. So the theater we went to watch Ready Player One that Easter that year.
Yeah.
That's the same theater. What they did, they had the big screening on the left side from 1 to 5, and then 6 to 9. It was the small like theater, right? That theater, it was packed for that movie all the way to 8. It was full. It was sold out.
Because the first one did so well. Right?
Yeah.
The hype was there.
Exactly. Yeah, the hype was there. And I remember when that rope came, I freaking ran. I was like, move! I was like, get out of here! Get out of my way! Everyone was just running. Everyone was running like in that line. It was crazy. It was havoc, man.
Oh
my
god.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was. I like the movie, the Matrix movie. So
I remember something similar to that was I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan. I think we went to watch The Force Awakens together. And
yeah.
Did you come to?
All of us watched it. All three of us watched it.
There's. I swear you came to watch Days of Future Past with me and Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know
Amazing
those
Spider-Man
two movies
2
we
for
watched
sure.
together.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure. I think you came for Days of Future Past. I think you did.
Yeah, I think so. But there was one specifically. I remember the lineup was crazy, and I want to say it was a Star Wars movie, but I can't remember exactly. But it was
Maybe
like
it was
insane.
I think it was the seventh one. It was there.
It
I
was
think
the first.
I think
of
it
the
was
trilogy.
I think it was the seventh one. That's right.
Like, it was so stupid. I remember Amazing Spider-Man 2 for sure. We went to watch that one, and I remember the movie ended, and everyone was like, "That wasn't awesome."
Mm-hmm.
That was all right. But yeah, that was. I think it was one of those movies, either Star Wars or Spider-Man. I can't remember, but the lineup was crazy. But I don't know. It's crazy to think now in the middle of the pandemic. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Missing
One
those
day.
times. Yeah.
One day we'll be back to that.
Soon, hopefully. So I have another little topic about movies in theaters. If off the top of your heads, if you could choose one movie to have seen in the movie theater for the first time, like ever, any movie at any time.
Like ever.
Yeah, before you were born, whenever.
Yeah.
That you could sit in the theater right now, as you are right now, and enjoy for the first time, the first viewing of that movie. What movie would that be? Andrew.
I'll say for me, Back to the Future.
That's a good one. That's right.
Yeah.
Andrew,
I'll watch it.
Ryan.
The first that came to mind was 2001: A Space Odyssey, but I'm gonna say either that or Star Wars. Has to be one of
Like
Episode 5. Episode 5. No, Episode 5.
A New Hope. No, I was gonna say A New Hope. New Hope just for the first time.
Yeah, that's true, but yeah.
See, that
Think about it.
Yeah.
1977.
Yeah, that's true.
Credit the crawl and then.
I've always wondered that.
That was.
Like, imagine sitting in the theater for the first time. You've never seen something like that, and then the crawl hits, and you're like, "I'm about to see some serious shit." Like, what were people thinking, right? Like,
it's like blue text, Star Wars, right? And like it literally just takes over.
Yeah, like then at that point, it's uncharted territory. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've always thought about that.
Yeah.
Like, that people got to see that for the first time, and like, what did they think, right? Like, that's.
And then when episode 5 came out, they did the same, and after it was even better.
The thing with that, a lot of people think, like, personally, I wouldn't choose episode 5 to see for the first time, because I feel like a lot of people left the theater because they already loved Star Wars from 4, and obviously this was
that's
Star
true.
Wars movies. I feel like a lot of people left the theater thinking he lied, and it was just like a thing to get to the next movie. So I feel like that's how I would have felt too.
Yeah, that's true.
Just not knowing for sure. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if I would go with that, but I would, like, in terms of importance in like the history of movies, you have to say that's the first Star Wars is a lot more significant. Just the fact that like it was like nothing that was ever seen before at the time.
It was
like,
completely
right?
it changed.
Yeah, I agree.
It changed everything. Yeah.
It really did. Yeah, it really
and
did.
episode 5 for me would just be the I am your father moment. Would be the thing I want to see in theaters. For
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would.
Yeah, that's
the
insane.
only thing.
And when people probably watching theaters in front, they're like,
yeah,
mind blown.
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
But yeah, I would say probably the first Star Wars or Back to the Future. But that it sucks because those are both your answers. But yeah, like both movies that I don't know. I think it would be way different to experience that for the first time in theaters.
Yeah.
Nothing like you've ever seen before, right? And I feel
No, I was gonna say for me too. Another movie I'll pick too. I already experienced this when it first came out, but I'll redo it again. Is Jurassic Park, the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
I would say too, like if I had like in my lifetime, I have had this experience seeing this movie in the theater for the first time. But I would say as my current self being able to appreciate it, being in a theater like in 2002, like as my current self, 22 years old, would be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man again, yes. Seeing that, I remember seeing the original Spider-Man in theaters, seeing that original Hulk, well not original Hulk, but the 2003 Hulk in theaters, like back-to-back years. Those were really like probably some of my earliest memories from going to the movies.
I think I went literally 3 times.
Me too.
Me too. So the story's told. I don't really remember it being there exactly. But
I would definitely went 3 times.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. And then that's where the obsession starts. It's like another revolutionary movie, because if that movie never wasn't what it was, then we wouldn't have the MCU today. That's my opinion. But
yeah, sure.
Like
for me, when I watched the first Spider-Man, I went to watch it with my buddy Jamie, and then the second time, again, shout out to Victor. He's like, "You want to watch Spider-Man?" I'm like, "Let's go
again."
Let's go again. I was watching it. So he's like, you even told me, he's like, "Did you watch it?" I'm like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And then after my dad, no spoilers. And then my dad wanted to watch it, and then every time the freaking pop up when what's his face? Jesus Christ, the character.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
Green Goblin. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no.
I blanked there too.
Norman Osborn.
In the fire.
Yeah.
No, it's when.
For years, nightmares. For years.
The one when the two of them when he was like laying on the floor in his penthouse. Yeah. And then after he woke up, he's like, that pop up. That's good.
Yeah, and then the one
all 3 times.
Oh yeah, when he's in the when he's coming down in the elevator, that's always been a big one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
one
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that one
like rolling
too.
his eyes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Okay,
Yeah.
the second Spider-Man is definitely the best superhero movie ever, but there's something about the first one that I like. I just love it. Like it's so.
Oh, yeah.
Like William Dafoe makes the movie. It's so good. It's so good.
He's another great like actor, man. He's so
And it's
fantastic.
so awesome
Oh,
that
yeah.
he's gonna
Yeah.
be in the new one.
I know, literally.
Hopefully, as Green Goblin again.
Oh yeah, he's back. He's back.
Oh yeah, for
Everyone's
sure.
back. Bring them all back. Bring them all.
Oh,
back.
they all
sir.
are back for sure.
And Jamie Foxx. I'm so happy Jamie Foxx is back. Actually, I loved him.
See,
in the show.
that's what I like about the Jamie Foxx we're gonna do with the new Spider-Man, because this one, in the Andrew Garfield one, he was obsessed with Spider-Man. This one, he's not. You know what I mean?
But his backstory is that he is obsessed with him.
That's like not as much.
Sure,
But in
yeah,
the second one, Jesus, like he has Spider-Man on his wall everywhere. He's just like obsessed with him.
One of my favorite versions of Electro is actually from a Spider-Man series in 2003 that was on MTV. I don't know if Ryan knows this one. You know the one I'm
Okay.
talking
Oh
about?
yeah.
With
Yeah. I don't.
I forget who
Wasn't Neil Patrick
Yes.
Harris? I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it's Neil Patrick Harris. In
the
the
voice of Spider-Man. One of the best versions of Electro is in that show, in my opinion. Like it's just
Okay.
It's done really well. I like it. But I hope we get like a different. I don't want the same Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man or the same Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'd rather like something
Like
new, even though it's Jamie
different.
Foxx. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know what we can get to now. There's rumors I've written down here that Sony and Marvel want to split the It's a rumor, okay? Theory. Before I go any further,
Again, they're gonna split. Jesus
they're gonna
Christ.
split. No, they're gonna split the Spider-Man into two different franchises
Oh.
within the MCU.
Oh, okay.
So one will continue with Tom Holland. Again, this is just a theory. Going through college, and one will just focus on Miles Morales. So
That'd be awesome.
he'll get introduced to the thing. And Miles Morales, it's also rumored he will be in the Young Avengers. He will join the Young Avengers.
Okay. Pretty good.
What do you guys think of this? Because personally, just to start, I don't like the idea of it being split. I really like the idea of Miles Morales. Like, I'm super down with that. He's obviously super popular now through the video games and stuff, even though he was already before. But I don't like the idea of splitting it. Like, if you're gonna do it, I think Peter should mentor him, kind of thing, and
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Andrew, what do you think?
No, yeah, like I don't like. They should just stick into one and just put Miles Morales in within the MCU, like not splitting it. Just like all together and continue the storyline with like Tom Holland when he gets, like you said, when he goes to college, and so on and so forth, and then train him out to become like Spider-Man, some sort. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, right.
I think my biggest thing is keep with Miles Morales. Like they've already hit the ground running with Miles Morales in the animated series. Stick with that. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind a Miles Morales live action, but I don't think the time is right for a Miles Morales live action.
Right.
The Tom Holland Spider-Man they have right now is not an A superhero. Like when you rank superheroes, right? Like the big boys of the MCU, what they did to Spider-Man, I've talked a lot about this, and this is my biggest complaint about Tom Holland Spider-Man, is they've written him as like a little guy, when Spider-Man's the most probably most popular.
Right now, like right now.
No, I know, but like that's what they've done with him, right?
Yeah,
they've gotten
right
this
now.
guy,
Yeah,
and they've turned him into like Tony Stark and Iron Man's side piece. Right, and that's what they did.
It is true,
right?
Yeah.
So they should keep him and let him build in the MCU, and they should use Doctor Strange and the Spider-Man movie to finally get
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
stage,
That's exactly
right?
what I was gonna say.
Let Miles Morales be on the side like Sony does a great job with those animated movies. Make a second one that's great, make a third one that's great. You can make 1 million of those that are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leave them there. And then maybe if you want to go live action later on, do it. But I don't think the time yet it is now for them to jump right into it.
Yeah,
I would agree with the timing thing. I think they can eventually bring him to live action for sure. But I don't agree with the timing thing. And one thing, because I was watching Spider-Man 2 the other day, the original Tobey Maguire, and one thing I realized through flashbacks and stuff and thinking the first original film and stuff, as generations go on, like kids grow up with their versions of things, like their versions of Star Wars, their versions of Spider-Man. Like kids that are young now did not grow up with the Tobey Maguire films like us three did, right?
Yeah.
And the kids growing up now love this Spider-Man, Tom Holland, but they're loving a B or C player. He's not an A+ guy. He's not a top guy, and he doesn't have all the dramatic setbacks or whatever. Like he didn't lose an Uncle Ben. He didn't you know what I mean. Like he lost Tony, but it's kind of like I don't know. Like it's not like a
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So they're going up with a Spider-Man that's kind of. Yeah.
And then Aunt May
For now.
learns. Aunt May learns everything about Peter so early on, which.
And she's hot.
Yeah.
Like
she gets younger. She gets
younger.
Next time she's gonna be a.
She is.
Next time she's gonna be a teenage. She's gonna be a teenager. She's gonna be like 25, and Spider-Man's gonna be 8 years
I wouldn't
old.
be surprised.
Originally, though, like I think I understand why they went younger because Tom Holland's meant to be a true 16-year-old Spider-Man, whatever, right? But originally, like Aunt May is old, like the comics, the cartoons.
Yeah, she's like in her 60s or 70s in the comics.
An older woman, so like be a little more true to the story, right? Like you should.
No, I totally
and
agree.
the fact that she walks in that last scene, like that last scene, pisses me off in Home.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We ain't talking about. We ain't talking about that.
This is the first movie.
We ain't talking about that.
Yeah, I know.
We are not talking about that.
She finds a lady and then.
And then the second one, sorry, I was gonna say, in the second one, what was it? Far From Home? Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah.
When Mysterio reveal forget it, like him is that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and he's like, Yeah,
I have no idea what they're gonna do with that. I don't even know.
But that's the thing because
multiverse.
Literally, because that's the thing too. Because
that's how they're doing it.
They are because in the comics that happened too, right? So
they're gonna do something with it. I understand that, but it's kind of like I don't. Everything's planned out way before we know. Like for sure. Like,
for sure. Yeah, Ryan, you were saying something earlier.
No, I was just gonna say in Amazing Spider-Man, so the original Spider-Man comic run of 700 issues. It took until issue 699 for Mary Jane, for Aunt May to learn for the first time that
he was
her nephew was Spider-Man. Okay, now think about it. That's from when Stan Lee was originally on it with Ditko to Ditko leaving. It's him, Romita Sr. Then Romita Sr. leaves. His kid takes over. Him and Romita Jr. And all the way throughout history, Stan Lee leaves. Like literally, all these years go by. Okay, and then they finally at the end of the entire Spider-Man original run, she learns. Okay, and then they decide, you know what? I understand Stan Lee. That's one of the important things. He keeps his life separate. He never wants anyone Aunt May to learn. Let's just big F you and call it a game. It's really upsetting to me because that is one of the biggest things that he stands against. Yet they decided, okay, we're just gonna let her find out right away in such a one-off cheesy, very cheap way.
Very Marvel way, like an MCU way to end the movie. Like I just don't like that. It was very cheesy, like you said. And in the original movies with Tobey Maguire and stuff, there's scenes where he's trying to get Aunt May back and stuff, and he is Spider-Man, and it's like. It's cool like that.
He doesn't tell her.
I like that. She's in actual danger. Like in the second movie, she's on top of a freaking skyscraper, and he doesn't tell her nothing. He's just trying to save her, right? Like
it's like, we did. He's like, we? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, basically.
It's true. Oh man, but I don't know. I'm excited to. I'm really banking on the fact that the new movie. We'll take it in a direction where, we'll have some stuff that we like, of course, but we don't have to. It doesn't have to have those things, but I'm excited to see if we do have things like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in it. But the most exciting part is like I hope that they take Spider-Man to a new level where now he is, he can lead the Avengers if need be, right? Like he's on that level.
Yeah.
So
that's how he should be.
That's how he should be from the start. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's true.
He's an A+ player. He's always has been. And like, would you agree that he is Marvel's like highest grossing like superhero?
Oh yeah.
Popular?
Oh, that's
well. After
no, I was gonna say, but Spider-Man is Marvel's mascot, dude.
I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, he is. Yeah, Marvel is like exactly that. My only problem is not problem. My only comment to that is in post. Sorry, I was gonna say in the MCU, like post MCU being created, the most popular right now is probably Iron Man, right?
Oh yeah,
he's probably the most popular in terms of just in terms of what the MCU was able to do with that character.
Yeah,
and he was always popular, but he was never as huge as he is now.
No,
right?
Yeah,
he was probably like number like 5, 6 down the road when it's like Spider-Man number 1 and the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, right? And Captain America was always huge. Like it goes down that list. Incredible Hulk was up there. Wolverine by himself was always up there. Like he wasn't anywhere around there. He was probably like him and Doctor Strange were chilling. They were probably like B level, maybe C level characters, and they just took off. Like Doctor Strange is having more time now to do it, but particularly Tony Stark and Iron Man went from kind of in the background to in a superhero,
the main guy, to be honest.
Yeah,
in the cinematic storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? Yeah.
And they've ruined overall Spider-Man's value in my eyes with especially the first movie and his use in the Avengers and his use in like Civil War. Okay, we're not going to count that. So I just think now they have the opportunity. They have to strike when it's hot and cement him as a big boy. Yeah. Like make him the number one guy again. That's what they need to do.
You're 100% right. Like with his usage in the Avengers, because he seems like, especially in Endgame, he still seems like he grabs the gauntlet and he's still like just a kid. Like he doesn't want to die, and you know what I mean. Like But in reality, he is like still a kid. Like his origins or whatever. But then he has like the death of Uncle Ben and stuff. Like things change. Like he grows up quick, right? And he has that responsibility, and like he puts his life on the line and stuff. But in these movies, he kind of still, to me, seems like I'm a teenager, but I'm still gonna do these things my way.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree.
So
I totally agree.
It is like that because I feel like it was kind of rushed just to get him there in time for Civil War, and we're like, we'll figure it out later. So I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
Now to end off this episode, I would like to get everyone's favorite project coming forward. I guess if I worded that properly.
Okay.
Anything that's going to come out, doesn't have to be just this year. Could be, it's coming out next year. But in the near future, I would say, like any projects, any movies, video games, whatever it may be, that you're most excited for. Andrew?
Okay.
If you can think off the top of your head.
For movies wise right now, I'm just waiting for there's a rumor that Henry Cavill's is doing he's blacked out the title of the project he was working. It was Mass Effect.
Yes,
so I'm excited for that because I love the franchise. Good games. What else? Oh, another season of The Witcher, the second one coming out. That show's phenomenal.
They're gonna say Stranger Things, but okay.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Stranger Things too. Yeah, of course, season 4, and then just games wise, Gran Turismo. What the hell is it coming out? Like, come on.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on, man.
I'm trying to drive cars,
Yeah, man. Like, it's Gran Turismo. Everyone loves that shit, And just whatever. I can't. There's other games I can't take at the top of my head right now, but I'm just waiting patiently to come out. You know what I mean? So
to be honest, I thought about this halfway through the episode.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention. They released a trailer for the Ninja Turtles called Shredder's Revenge.
Right. Yes.
It's the old school of Turtles in Time, which is my favorite. I'm so happy for that. You understand.
We're gonna talk about that in future.
Yeah. So man, that's just my Just as my excitement of stuff. Ryan, do you have anything? Anything?
The main thing that keeps coming to mind, actually two things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember I can't remember the name of it, but Damien Chazelle is making a movie that's coming out. Well, not coming out soon. It's going to production soon, and I'm pretty sure Margot Robbie's attached to be one of the leads. And
Nice.
he's making a movie about the transition from silent films to talkies.
Oh,
So that's gonna be really interesting. I think he's gonna do a great job with that. And coming out really soon. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any Wes Anderson movies, but he's making this huge, like, he always gets really like famous people in his movies, and he has this huge cast coming for his next movie called The French Dispatch. So I'm actually really excited for that.
Okay.
I've seen,
I think it has like 20 famous actors and actresses in it. Like,
damn,
he's
just
got
like
this huge
huge list, eh?
It's supposed to be like a pretty I've been seeing some stuff about it on Twitter. It's supposed to be like a pretty big deal. There's so many, it's a superstar filled kind of thing.
So it's pretty much like The Departed.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah. Departed has an amazing cast.
But like, I wouldn't say
actors.
it's the same story. I would just say
in terms of cast, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you guys know that The Departed is a remake
of?
Did you know that, Andrew? It's a remake of a 2002 Hong Kong film called Internal Affairs.
Okay.
If you read the plot summary for that movie, just read the plot summary. It is the exact same movie. It's literally the exact same.
Just in modern and it's in North America, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not Matt Damon. It's not. It's not Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
but it's literally like, in its core, it's the same movie. It says like an hour. It's an hour less. So it's an hour less in runtime, and it's equally like excellent in its own right. But actually, a lot of people always say that Scorsese's Departed, they actually know that it's a remake, say it's probably the best remake ever, just because how it's a remake, but it still brings enough of new things to the table to
Well, that's what you want out of a remake anyway. You don't want it to be the same movie, right?
Yeah,
I think that's where a lot of them fail, right?
So they make huge mistakes. We're lucky that as long as Zemeckis' family doesn't, and Bob Gale's family doesn't snake them, there will never be another Back to the Future movie, because they put in their wills, both of them, because they own the rights. They own the rights to Back to the Future. They said that they put in the wills that their family is not allowed to ever sell the rights to any studio, because the studio will automatically remake the movies. Like, Back to the Future remakes have been every year that someone tries to bring up a new rumor about it, and it's a moneymaker, obviously. If they do it would be so stupid. It would be
you could never remake a movie like that. Like, no matter what you do.
Nope.
It'll be worse than the remake than they did for Karate Kid, which was god awful. And I love Jackie Chan, but Jaden Smith, like, that movie.
Yeah, that one was
was like for the sake of making a movie. Like, there was no point to that.
That was.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you, no, there was a point. The point was clear. It's money.
A little bit of that.
Money talks.
But
it does.
There was a point. There's a point to it, but realistically, like, there was no point to making that movie. Like, it was terrible. Anyway, I would say the things I'm most looking forward to would be, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm sticking to the same genre here, I guess, but immediately would be Justice League. I'm excited to see exactly what the vision
how it is, how like, it's proper.
So I'm excited for that. Spider-Man in December, just because I want to see where they take this character. And, it'd be nice to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and the new Batman film that's coming out next year. Super excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm excited for those two.
I think
I agree with all those.
Robert Pattinson is really good. I think it's gonna end up really good. But again, like, they're doing weird things with their universe over there at DC, so it's gonna be interesting. But
it should be interesting but good.
Interesting but good, yeah. So that's DC in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But
pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Ryan, thank you very much for joining us with your Miyagi-Do.
Thank you for having me.
Very nice. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Ryan's son.
Yeah, we're gonna have some really good topics next week, and Ryan, obviously, you have a spot on our show anytime, so we'll have you back on. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening this week. You can find all of our social medias in the description. You can find this podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and yeah, stay safe, everyone. We're almost through this thing. And Andrew?
Yeah, just stay safe, everyone. Take care of yourself, and make sure you join Miyagi-Do, so you know.
Yeah. And thank you once again, Ryan, for joining the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, guys, take care.